Well, I wasn't sure whether to title this Witches Are Stupid or Witches Are Dumb, since both truths apply. I decided on the dumb aspect, since being dumb is unofficially related to stupidity, but the original concept was of not being able to speak. I like that perspective. You'll see why later. So, what do I think about witches? I think they actually exist. I remember years ago sitting at my mother's dining room table talking, a thing we used to do, but we don't do that any longer since she likes to talk but refuses to listen. And when she commented that she either knew or thought or believed we were both witches, I didn't respond out loud. I didn't speak. I was dumb. But I did think, I don't think so. That was the end of that conversation. This conversation happened years after there was a whole lot of demonic activity going on in our lives. The interesting thing is that only my mom and I seem to have experienced and or remembered it. My mom does not to this day remember having said what she said at her table, but she did, and I swear it. It was in the same town that we had that conversation that things like seances, levitations, out-of-body experiences, and UFO sightings were taking place. By the way, this was not the only town that those things happened for us. This is all mockable to those who have never experienced such thing or things. But, scientific note, just because you have not experienced something does not mean it does not exist. That is a logic conflict and would not hold up in a court of law. The witness is to be heard regardless of whether you have experienced what that witness has experienced or not. So why do I think witches are stupid? Not because they don't have power. They do. Counterfeit power, by the way. Otherwise, God would not tell us to avoid them. I'm going to try to include a link to some scriptures that deal with this issue. It's from BibleStudyTools.com. And if I don't happen to link it, it's Bible verses about witchcraft. I think they're stupid because they fail to see what the end result will be. They are connected with a very evil power source, and that power source will be sentenced to death, to be banished forever from the good kingdom. They'll have their own kingdom, but it will be miserable. How stupid is that? The Wizard of Wizard of Oz, it's odd, but it's not odds. The Wizard of Oz ends well in showing that the Wicked Witch of the West is going to be dissolved by her own fire. Interesting concept, very biblical in nature. If anyone thinks this is goofy, I ask just take the time to do a little investigation. Ask some questions, do some research, find some viable, reliable witnesses and put them to the test. Put them on the stand. Put them under your burning hot interrogation light and see what happens. Oh, but don't do what the Catholics did to the true believers in days gone by, and that's to torture them until they tell a lie just to be released. That's a bad interrogation tactic if you actually want to know the truth. Truth tellers are an unusual breed of humans. They actually like to tell the truth, whether it benefits them or not. In conclusion, I want witches to be dumb so they cannot speak. That's what I was referring to earlier. Anytime they speak the language of their leader, their father, the devil, whose language is pure lies. Anyone who listens to their lies are stupid. I pray for some brilliance. I pray that the light would shine and that people would see what's really going on. We are in a spiritual battle, people. Take up your full armor if you are a truth seeker. End of message.